Good day everyone, my name is Arabella Grace Castor and I am the reporter of Sister Calista Roy's adaptation model. So I have here a quote that when push comes to a shove, we will seldom disappoint ourselves. We all harbor greater stores of strengths than we think. Adversity brings the opportunity to test and methyl and discover for ourselves the sum of which we are made. So it means that if we face a challenge, may nalalaman tayo or may nadidiscover tayong inner strength natin na hindi natin alam na meron tayo. So dahil dyan, lumalabas yung ating mga totoong capabilities or kakayahan natin. So let's proceed to the introduction. So Sister Calista Roy, a prominent nurse, theorist, writer, lecturer, researcher, and teacher. She is a professor and nurse theorist at the Boston College of Nursing in Chestnut Hill. Born at Los Angeles in October 14, 1939, as the second child of Mr. and Miss Fabian Roy, she earned a Bachelor of Arts with a major in nursing from Mount St. Mary's College, Los Angeles in 1963. A master's degree program in pediatric nursing at the University of California, Los Angeles in 1966. She also earned a master's and PhD in sociology in 1973 and 1977, respectively. Sister Calista had a significant opportunity of working with Dorothy E. Johnson. Johnson's work with focusing knowledge for the discipline of nursing convinced Sister Calista of the importance of describing the natures of nursing as a service to society and prompted her to begin developing her model with the goal of nursing being to promote adaptation. She joined the faculty of Mount St. Mary's College in 1966, teaching both pediatric and maternity nursing. She organized course content according to a view of a person's and family as adaptive systems. She introduced her ideas about adaptation nursing as the basis for an integrated nursing curriculum. Goal of nursing to direct nursing education, practice, and research. Model as a basis of curriculum, impetus for growth, Mount St. Mary's College. In 1970, the model was implemented in Mount St. Mary's School. 1971, she was made chair of nursing department at the college. The re-adaptation model has been in use for 30 years in nursing education and research. Adaptation, the process and outcome whereby thinking and feeling persons as individuals or in groups use conscious awareness and choice to create human and environmental integration. So, it refers to how people make a decision kung paano sila mag-isip sa mga tao around them, tapos alam na nila kung paano ito pakisamahan. So, Roy's theory defines adaptation as the process by which an individual or groups makes conscious choices to cope with his or her situation. Adaptive responses increase people's ability to cope and achieve goals including survival, growth, mastery of their lives, and personal and environmental transformation. Successful adaptation integrates a bad situation into an individual life, or at least helps compensate for the problem. This explains kung paano ang mga tao gumawa ng decisions para maharap nila yung mga situation like challenges. Yung successful adaptation response na nag-help sa mga people, sa mga tao kung paano sila mag-adjust at alam na nila yung mga solusyon sa mga problema about sa kanilang health or mga challenges. So, this model comprises the four domain concept. We have here number 1, human as adaptive system, health, environment, and nursing, and 6-step nursing process. First is human as adaptive system. Roy conceptualizes the human system in holistic perspective, as holism stems for the underlying philosophic assumptions of the model. So, this means that Roy views as human system as a whole. Ito ay ideya na galing sa holism model. So, as system theories calls our attention to the smallest unit of our life, the cell. The cell is a living, open system. The cell has its inner and outer worlds. From its outer world, it must draw forth the substances it needs to survive. System openness therefore implies the constant exchange of information, matter, and energy between the system and environment. So, I have here the diagram of stimuli adaptation level. So, yung input, ito yung nakaka-apekto sa individual's ability to adapt, and coping mechanism, ito yung mga response ng tao sa stimuli, and physiological function, ito naman yung reaction sa stimuli, and adaptive, ito yung results of the coping mechanism. Dito natin malalaman if yung coping mechanism na ginawa natin is ano ba siya, naa-adapt ba siya or effective or hindi. Ganun. Next, we have types of stimuli. We have 3 types of stimuli. First, focal stimuli, contextual stimuli, and residual stimuli. Focal stimuli, ito yung mga immediate issues that directly affecting a person. While contextual stimuli naman, ito yung mga bagay na nakapalibot sa atin na naapektuhan yung issue na dinideal natin. Like for example, yung environment and yung support system natin. Like family, friends, and all. Yung residual naman, ito yung hidden factors like mga past experiences natin na na still nakaka-impact pa rin kung paano tayo mag-react sa isang bagay. So, since adaptation level result from the pooled effect of all other relevant stimuli, the nurse examined the contextual and residual stimuli associated with the focal stimulus to ascertain the zone within which positive family coping can take place to predict when the given stimulus is outside the zones and will require nursing intervention. So, this adaptation level is combining the stimuli that represents the conditions of life processes of the human adaptive. So, we have 3 processes, which are number 1, integrated process, compensatory process, and compromise process. Integrated process, ito yung everything is balanced and okay lang yung natin. While compensatory is ito yung need natin mag-adjust para maka-cope up tayo sa pag-maintain ng ating stability. While comprise, ito naman yung we have struggle na mag-adapt and parang nahihirapan tayo kumbaga. As we have control as coping mechanism, we have 2, regulator and cognator. Yung regulator mechanisms work primarily through the autonomic nervous system that includes endocrine, neural, and perception pathways. So, yung regulator, ito yung mga nag-maintain ng homeostasis natin. And the cognator mechanism includes emotion, perceptual, information processing, learning, and judgment. The process of perceptions bridges the 2 mechanisms. So, ito naman yung cognator, it handles the emotions, and ito yung mga response sa adaptation. We have here output. Outputs of the human adaptive systems are behavioral responses. Output responses become feedback to the system and to the environment. So, yung output, it refers to the person's behavioral responses to stimuli. These responses ay pwede na adaptive or ineffective. Pinapakita nito kung paano nakaka-cope up yung tao sa environmental changes. Adaptive responses promote health and well-being. So, adaptive modes, A, the physical model. The physiological model represents the human system's physical responses and interactions with the environment. So, we have here the oxygen, nutrition, eliminations, and activity and rest and protections. Of course, As tao, kailangan talaga natin yung oxygen sa ating katawan and nutrition and also elimination para magano yung mga waste natin mailabas natin. Activity, of course, we also need to do exercises, rest, and of course, protection. The complex process of these modes are associated with the senses, fluid, electrolyte, and acid-base balance, neurological functions, and endocrine function. So, letter B, self-concept group identity mode. Group identity mode, which refers to an individual beliefs and feelings about him or herself. For individuals, the self-concept mode relates to the basic need for physical and spiritual integrity or a need to know the self with sense of unity. So we have the physical self includes body sensation and body image. Body sensation is how the person experiences the physical self. So yung body sensation, this is how the person feels in their body, including yung mga pain, comfort, and discomfort. While yung body image naman, ito yung kung paano nakikita ng tao yung sarili nila. Ito yung like physical appearance nila, ganun. So we have here the personal self. It includes the self-consistency, ideal self, and moral, ethical, spiritual self-consistency represents the person's efforts to maintain self-organization and avoid disequilibrium. Self-ideal represents what the persons expect to be. Yung ideal self, ito yung parang gusto mo sa future, ito yung mga ina-expect mo na gawin mo, ganun. Yung moral, ethical, spiritual self represents, ito naman is yung mga belief natin, ganun. Yung self-evaluator, belief. Letter C, role function mode, which involves the perceptions of where the individual fits in the social network, how he or she relates to other people, and should behave towards them. Third D, interdependence mode, which refers to the personal relationship he or she has with friends, family, and life partners. The mode focuses on the giving and receiving of love, respect, and value significant others and support system. Role function, it refers to the behaviors and responsibilities individuals assumes in their social roles, which affects their response to stimuli and cope with challenges. Yung adaptation naman, ito yung mga nag-represents ng individual's ability to adjust with the environment and maintain a state of health and well-being. Environment, according to Roy, stimuli from within the human adaptive system and stimuli from around the system represent the element of internal and external environment. Roy specifically defines environment as all conditions, circumstances, and influences that surround and affect the development and behavior of human as adaptive system with particular consideration of persons and earth resources. It shows na kung paano nakaka-influence ang environment sa tao, lalo na kapag kung paano sila makapag-adapt, tulad na lamang ng physical and social factors na nakaka-influensya sa person development and behavior. So, we have here health. Roy defines health as a state and process of being and becoming an integrated and whole human being. The integrity of the person is expressed as the ability to meet the goals of survival, growth, production, and mastery of a person's and environment transformation. Ito yung process ng pagiging isang whole where the person successfully adapt to environment changes and na ano nila yung mga goals nila like survival, growth, and mastery. Yan. So we have nursing. Act to enhance the interactions of the persons with the environment to promote adaptations. Ito sila yung mga tumutulong sa tao kung paano mag-cope up sa mga changes and para ma-achieve yung goal nila na magkaroon ng healthy life. So, Roy Roy employs the 6-step nursing process, which includes assessment, assessment of behavior, assessment of stimuli, nursing diagnosis, goal setting, interventions, and evaluation. Roy's theory as applied to nursing practice. Using Roy's 6-step nursing process, the nurses assesses first the behavior and second the stimuli affecting those behavior. In the third step, the nurse makes a statement of nursing diagnosis of the person's adaptive state, and fourth, set goals to promote adaptation. Fifth, nursing interventions are aimed at managing the stimuli to promote adaptation. The last step in the nursing process is evaluation. By manipulating the stimuli and not the patient, the nurse enhances the interactions of the person with their environment, thereby promoting health. So nurses assist patient behavior and stimuli, set goals for adaptations, and implement interventions to help individuals cope with challenges, promoting health. Number 2, education. The adaptive model is also useful in educational setting. Roy states that the model defines for students the distinct purpose of nursing, which is to promote man's adaptation in each of the adaptive mode is situations of health and illness. So, dito naman natuturuan yung mga nurses ng mga rules nila as nurse promoting adaptation during health and illness. Research. If research is to affect practitioners' behavior, it must be direct at testing and retesting conceptual models for nursing practice. Roy has stated that theory development and the testing of developed theories are nursing's highest priorities. The model must be able to regenerate testable hypotheses for it is to be researchable. So we have strengths. Offers a variety of strengths or all areas of nursing focus on and inclusion of the whole person or group. The 4 modes provide the opportunity for considerations of multiple aspects of human adaptive system and support gaining and understanding of a whole system. So we have weakness has been identified in relation to research and practice. One is the need for consistent definitions of the concepts and terms within the RAM, as well as for more research based on such consistent definition. That's end our discussion. Thank you for listening and